Hello, people, and welcome to Nerd Talk. This is my podcast. I am the real comic book gamer, and with me is my co-host.
John.
That was very enthusiastic.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to be talking about
Very good.
bunch of different stuff today. Main topic is going to be the different relationship that Joker and Batman has compared to, like, say, Superman, Lex Luthor, or Flash and Captain Cold. But let's get into one of the smaller topics. So I thought it'd be interesting to talk about most useless superhero. My most useless superhero is Jubilee. I think Jubilee was just a terrible superhero. I don't know why people liked her in the 90s X-Men show. She's terrible. All she did was shoot out fireworks and just useless. Because a lot of people think Aquaman, Ant-Man. No, Jubilee was way more useless than any of those guys. So who's your most useless superhero?
My most useless one is Matter Eater Lad.
Oh, Matter Eater Lad. He was kind of
Great.
cool in the Legion of Superheroes TV show. They used him well. Matter Eater Lad could at least...
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, but if you put
he
the
could
two of them in
try
a
to
fight,
eat a villain.
he can eat Matter. So,
He could try to eat a.
well, also I'm talking about like most useless superhero, as in, not like those one-shot appearances for people that are thinking about. What about the guy who had the power to just take off his own arm, and the guy who could turn into ice cream? I'm talking about like legit superheroes. Like Matter Eater Lad was a part of Legion of Superheroes for a good amount of time.
Yeah, but the only thing he could try to do, if there was a villain, he could try to eat them, but there's gonna be a really small chance if that ever happens.
Yeah,
where a
but if
villain
their
is
if their
letting him
power
eat it.
involved like throwing matter at someone, they could, he could
Yeah, true.
deflect it by eating it. Now, if you put the two of them in a fight, fireworks versus Matter Eater Lad, I'm trying to think of how that would go. Okay, say they're like in a city like New York City rooftop. I don't know how that fight would go, because one can eat matter and the other can shoot fireworks. Maybe she would blind him, like kick him in the nuts, and then like toss him off the rooftop. I don't know, because Matter Eater Lad generally I think has those sunglasses, so I don't know if the fireworks would really work.
He would probably eat the fireworks and try to eat her.
Yeah, could he eat the fireworks that they're generated from her hand? See, these are the hard hitting questions.
Probably if he eats fences and dirt and all of that, he might be able to survive.
Yeah, you just like that'd be hilarious seeing her like shooting fireworks at him and him just like swallowing all of them. Then I guess he'd just go and eat her. She always wore that stupid costume too with like the yellow raincoat.
Yeah.
Gosh, I hate Jubilee. I was like, why is she in this show? She's terrible in the comics too. Just no point to her. Kitty Pryde was so much better. Because they tried to add.
And
What were you saying?
Stone Boy.
Stone Boy. Well, yeah, there's so many. No, what about useless villain though? I'm trying to think of most useless villain. Because Killer Moth got a New 52 redo, and he's awesome in the New 52. If you read the Green Arrow comics by Jeff Lemire, he redid Killer Moth, and Killer Moth was awesome in that. He had this whole like sort of steampunk look-ish. He had like a mohawk. He looked awesome.
Mine would be Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man. You could just point at like any Silver Age Batman villain and be like, yep, that's the most useless supervillain of all time. Batman
Because he has so many.
he had like, what was it, Zebra Man? Oh my gosh, of course, that was the time when Batman would dress up in a different color outfit every night. I don't know what was
And
going
also
on.
Condiment King.
Oh yeah, Condiment King. They put him in like a Batman 3.
Yeah, he
Matter
still
Eater
looked
Lad versus Condiment
stupid.
King should be a villain for Matter Eater Lad. You know how perfect that would be? The showdown of the century. That's what DC needs to do in Convergence. Give us a mini-series of Matter Eater Lad versus Condiment King. That would just be perfect.
Of all the people, no one cares.
Hey, that would so great.
Just
I'd
give him-
buy it.
Oh my gosh. How did that get passed as this villain and a superhero? Who thought of that?
Well, Condiment King was, back in the day. I got to see when Matter Eater Lad was created. Because I remember the first time I saw Matter Eater Lad was on the Legion of Superheroes TV show, which I actually liked. It was probably the best animated representation of Superman in TV. Because Superman, the animated series, he was the weakest person in the world. Same with Justice League. Justice League had some bright spots. Same with Superman, the animated series, but most of the time, Superman was just terrible in those shows. Unlike Batman. Batman was great.
Yeah, and with Condiment King, who would think of shooting ketchup and mustard at, like, say, like, Superman or Flash? What's it gonna do?
Hey, it can make Flash slip. You never know. I'm trying to think of.
Oh
my gosh.
Matter Eater Lad would start eating it.
Matter Eater Lad came out in 1962. So it came out like the same time around that Spider-Man came out.
Yeah.
I just Googled him, and the thing is, he's just eating some iron bars.
Yeah.
Hey, at least he's... oh, wait, what about Bouncy Ball Boy? I forgot about him. He was part of Legion of Superheroes as well. Bouncy Ball Boy. I seriously, though, I think he could beat Jubilee and Matter Eater Lad. Because he could just bounce around and smash him. But what if Matter Eater Lad ate him? I don't know. That would...
He'd pop.
That would be the goriest comic ever. Like, he's just going around, just smashes Jubilee, just completely blood splatter, and then he goes to kill Matter Eater Lad. Matter Eater Lad just eats him like pops. Blood and guts everywhere.
What about
DC?
What about Doorman?
Doorman? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know who Doorman is.
You don't. Oh, his power is he teleports people, but only from one room to the next.
Oh yeah. I've heard of him. Yeah. There are just so many useless superheroes. But, man, DC should hire us as writers. Condiment King versus Matter Eater Lad, they never would have thought of that.
The only thing Doorman would be good for is, like, if you have to go to the bathroom.
But think, Matter Eater Lad...
you don't want to get up.
Matter Eater Lad could eat straight through that door.
Oh, yeah, true.
Jubilee would be stuck shooting fireworks at it, wouldn't do anything. If it was a wooden door, maybe it'd catch on fire eventually. And Bouncy Ball Boy would just bounce off it.
Here is the worst one, I think. Thunderer.
Thunderer?
Yes.
What's his power? Can he just make
Yells
the noise
really
of
loudly.
Thunder? Oh, I was right!
Into a microphone.
Is he a DC or Marvel?
Let me check. Oh, it doesn't say. It says none.
So if we're talking like legit superheroes actually stayed around for longer than like a year, Jubilee, Matter Eater Lad, and Bouncy Ball Boy. I forgot about how many useless heroes were in Legion of Superheroes. That show was good too. Did you watch it? The TV show for it?
Yeah, I watched some of it. I didn't watch all of it, but yeah, the parts I did watch was really good.
It was weird because they
Just
had
the superheroes were
very unfamiliar. Yeah, besides Superman, and it was pretty cool because in season 2 they even brought in Imperiex, but they made him like a galactic samurai, which was a little different. And then they had the whole clone of Superman. The show only got like 2 seasons, and they don't even have the seasons collected. You have to buy volumes, which really sucked.
Yeah, like Young Justice.
Well, Young Justice is getting collected in seasons. Season 1's out. I don't know if season 2 is out yet. I gotta get the Spectacular Spider-Man complete series because season 2 is only available on Blu-ray with the complete series. I've seen every episode, but I need to buy it.
What happened to Ultimate Spider-Man Waitable Warriors?
Oh gosh, Ultimate Spider-Man. The show is so bad. I went from Spectacular Spider-Man.
What don't you like about it?
It's a humor show. Why would you try to make it a comedy? True. Spectacular Spider-Man was just my favorite. It's the only show that animated superhero show that I like better than Batman the Animated Series. It's so good.
I like Batman a lot. That was awesome. Batman
the Animated Series was great, but I prefer a Spectacular Spider-Man. I just think I prefer it. I could understand if someone liked Batman the Animated Series better because it was amazing too. They're both great, but I just preferred Spectacular Spider-Man. The 90s Spider-Man show was good too. Like it was really good.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
I thought Spectacular
I just remember
better.
always watching it.
Like the voice acting.
I watched Spectacular. Yeah, true.
and how they
I
like.
just like the '90s design better.
I didn't really care for the animation too much. It was a little stiff at times. It's sort of like the '90s X-Men animation. If you watch the action scenes in that, it's they don't hold up too well today.
Yeah.
Like,
What was that futuristic Spider-Man show? That was terrible.
oh, the one with like the CGI, the like all
Yeah.
with Patrick Harris as Spider-Man. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know if that was a
That was
good show or not. I
terrible.
couldn't stand it.
Oh
Same
no.
with Beware the Batman, Green Lantern, the animated series. They went all CGI. It's just like I can't stand it.
Those were terrible.
And DC wonders why their shows get canceled. They put them on like Saturday mornings with CGI. It's like the people that are gonna watch this don't want to wake up at like 10 in the morning on a Saturday and watch a CGI fest. It's just
Yeah, nah.
because if you look at Clone
They
Wars,
just-
that was on. I believe the majority of the
Friday.
time. Yeah, I think it was on like a weeknight, and that made it like 5
Yeah.
seasons.
yeah, it made 6.
Well, yeah, that's the
They
including
released
the
the
Netflix.
6 like out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was like a Netflix exclusive, and then I think they're releasing a DVD now. I haven't watched Star Wars Rebels either because that animation looks terrible too.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I heard it was good though. Clone Wars was the only show that I could really take the CGI animation. Even then, I'd prefer different animation, but better than nothing.
Yeah, I didn't watch every bit of it, but I mean, I watched here and there. I just didn't stay on it forever.
Yeah, it had some good parts. Like later on, they because at first it was weird because they just clones would come in and clone life was like a normal life. Like I remember Mace Windu specifically going to save this trapped clone. It was like he never did that in the movies. He didn't care. And like every time like a clone was injured, it's like, oh my gosh, is it gonna live or not? Oh my gosh, and people would just like freak
yeah, no,
out.
and
Like
then
and
in the
then, like-
movies they don't care.
and then later on, like season 4 and like season 5, clones were dying left and right. It was brutal. But I liked it. That's the problem with having like a kid show. Same with Wolverine in a kid show. Everyone loves the '90s X-Men series. It wasn't bad, but Wolverine in a kid show is just not good because every time he fights someone
Yeah.
who's not a robot, he has to have his claws in, and it's just retarded. I hated the.
It's like,
I hated the X-Men Evolution show because I didn't like the designs for the
Uh-oh.
characters.
I never actually saw that one.
People said it was good. I watched. I was like, I just can't get over the designs. That's the problem. Like animation, there's too many times where like, hey, the show's good, but the animation's not too great. And like Evolution's animation wasn't too bad, but the designs were pretty bad.
Yeah, sometimes it makes me wonder how stuff gets passed at the studio.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't
Like-
even. Wait, what?
I just don't understand. Just people are stupid.
I don't know how Ultimate Spider-Man has still gone around. Spectacular Spider-Man could have made it, but Disney wanted it canceled because it wasn't part of Disney. It made its way to Disney, but that's because it came from another network, and they didn't like that. So that's why they canceled it. Because that could have made Ultimate Spider-Man's been making it like it's on its like what, 3rd season now, I think.
Yeah, 3rd.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Spectacular
it's on the-
Spider-Man had
Yeah.
one season on like the it was what was it? The CW's like Saturday morning channel. And then it had its season on Disney XD, and then it got canceled, which was ridiculous. It's such a good show. So mad about that.
Yeah, they just didn't care, I guess.
But DC's been doing pretty good with their live action shows. Flash
Yeah.
has been pretty good, besides the fact that they make him retarded during fights. Throw a billy club.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
started dying laughing when he's fighting Pied Piper. Instead of punching him in the face, like, you know what I'll do? I'll take the billy club out of that cop's holster and throw it at the guy, because I'm the Flash. There's one thing the Flash is known for, it's for throwing billy clubs.
So what do you think about Arrow now?
Arrow's been pretty good. My problem is like they haven't been very good with their female characters lately. Like Moira was great. I liked Sarah, and now like Felicity, they're making Felicity annoying. She's becoming like too I don't know what's the right word.
Yeah, she's
Too uppity now. Like
um
and Laurel, I've always hated Laurel, and Laurel cannot talk without tears in her eyes. She can't. Every time she has a conversation with someone, there's tears in her eyes, and it's another aspect that makes her even more annoying. She's just ugh, but the more Diggle and Oliver, the better. Like Diggle just makes everything better. That last bromance moment was fantastic when they were in the when they were in Raish's prison. He's like, "I want you to be my best man if we make it out of here." It was like, oh, that was like the best moment in a while. Season 3's been pretty good though.
Yeah.
They've definitely made Ra's al Ghul a lot better than he is in the comics. In the comics, he was a cool villain, but anyone could go over there and kick his butt. I mean, Nightwing
Yeah.
did it. What Tim Drake stood a chance until he got like kicked out a window by Ra's al Ghul. Batman's done it like in Hush. It was a cool fight, but Ra's didn't stand a chance when like in Hush when he flew over there. It's like, did you have anything to do with Tommy Elliott's death? Beat the living tar out of him in like 3 panels. Nightwing, he sent all those League of Assassins guys after Nightwing. Nightwing beat the crap out of him, flew over there, beat the crap out of him in a sword fight, and was like, just don't mess with me, Ra's. It's like, and then in Arrow, he's not like that at all. He's a force to be reckoned with. He's really cool in Arrow.
Somebody.
Yeah, he's been awesome in Arrow. Are you caught up on Arrow?
Yeah, I am. Took me a while.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Like,
what are you saying?
I had to literally wait. I just finished it like 2 days ago.
We caught up just in
I
time.
caught up. Yeah.
I think Roy's
Just
gonna
in
leave
time.
the show. If you see like the social media accounts of what was it, Stephen Amell, Colton Haynes, and Will Holland, like Colton Haynes and Stephen Amell both said it's been sad, like someone had to leave. Goodbyes are always hard. And then Will Holland is getting fit for a mask, so she's gonna become Speedy, and I think she's gonna become Speedy because Roy's gonna leave. I don't think Roy's gonna die though. I think Ra's is going to cut off his arm and he's gonna leave because that's gonna be just a throwback to Arsenal, and that's what I think is gonna happen. Because if you look at that preview, there's a part where Roy is on the ground in the Arrow Cave with the gun pointed up. Actually, maybe Nessa will cut off his arm because Nessa's there and she got freed by Speedy, by Thea. So she might cut off his arm because he's in the Arrow Cave with a gun pointed at whoever's above him. So I don't know who that would be. Probably Nessa, unless Ra's flew over to. Yeah. Also, man, Arrow's been copying Batman so bad lately, even worse than before. I mean, before it was like, Arrow show with Batman villains trying to make Oliver like Bruce. Now, Ra's wants Oliver to take his place. It's even more so than before.
They're running out of ideas, it seems.
Oh, they screwed up Count Vertigo in season 1. Count Vertigo is just,
Oh.
The guy who played him's like, I modeled him after Heath Ledger's Joker. It's like, you retard. He's nothing like Joker. Count Vertigo is nothing like Joker. The second Count Vertigo I actually liked. He wasn't exactly the comics version of Count Vertigo, but he was much better than the first guy. First guy was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they did. Still, I do not understand how it got passed. But, they have money. They throw it.
This was weird because these are the guys who made the Green Lantern movie. They know how to make good TV shows, but man, when it comes to movies, just I guess not.
Blame Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds did good in the movie. Just
Yeah.
Mark Strong was good as Sinestro, and that was about it. Everything else is bad. Blake Lively was hot, but not good as Carol. She was a hot Carol. She was the best part of that movie. She wasn't in it very much, though. Her acting wasn't too great, but man. It was nice seeing her on screen.
I remember Sinestro being, spot on.
Yeah, Sinestro was awesome. Like, those 2 seconds where they were training, that was probably the only good part of the movie, was the 2 seconds where Sinestro came in there and started training Hal. That was awesome. Besides the fact that Hal's supposed to have a strong will, and Sinestro just broke him in 2 seconds. Sinestro was great, though.
Yeah.
Mark Strong needs to be in more stuff. He's great as Sinestro. I really hope he comes back.
He had, the perfect voice, the look, and everything.
Yeah, he had everything. He was good in the Sherlock Holmes movie, too, as I don't remember the name of the villain. He was good in that, though. I don't remember the name.
Oh, I never saw that.
You didn't see either of the Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr.?
I saw a little bit of it, but I haven't really watched it. I'm not a big Sherlock Holmes guy.
Well, he's the villain in the first one.
Okay.
The guy who made those movies is now making what's called Man from U.N.C.L.E. with Henry Cavill. We get to see Superman be something else. It's so weird whenever I watch an interview with Henry Cavill because he's just so British. You know what I mean? Like he's got that really like not just a British accent, but like a really more fancy British accent. So much different than his normal voice. It's like same with Paul Blackthorne, the guy who plays Detective Lance on Arrow. It just sounds so much different, and like the speech changes so much. It's just weird. Shows you how good of a voice.
Like you look up to them, you think they're American and everything.
It's like your friend, Trey.
He's like, "Hello, I'm very proud to be here today." Well, never mind.
So it's just like that's what it is for you. When an actor like you're British, I'm done with you. I thought you were all American, July 4th and all that. You traitor.
I'm like, how can you be him and not be American?
The best Supermans, the best superheroes are not American. Look, Christian Bale's not American, great Batman. Yeah. Henry Cavill's not American, great Superman. Who else was there? I know there's more. How can I only name 2?
Ben Affleck is 100% American.
100% Boston. Oh, man, I'm trying to think of who else. I know there's more. Why am I like freaking out on this? What other British actors are there that played superheroes? Because as we see with the Batmans, Michael Keaton was good, but he played a murderer running around in a bat suit, so not Batman. That wasn't really his fault, though. George Clooney was bad. Val Kilmer was bad. Christian Bale was great. He was the perfect Bruce Wayne, like the absolute perfect Bruce Wayne.
Well, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he was good. Terrible Peter Parker, good Spider-Man. Not necessarily his fault, again. He was being told to act like that. He was the cool hipster Peter Parker, not the nerd Peter Parker. Everyone wants him back, but he ain't coming back. Like,
and
I can...
Benedict
Cumberbatch, yeah. He's playing Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
The problem with, like, everyone's like, Andrew Garfield needs to come back. Then I heard about the whole him standing up the CEO of Sony with, like, only an hour's notice. It's like, you don't do that if you want to play Spider-Man. You don't do that. It's like his own dumb fault.
I like Tobey Maguire way better.
Tobey Maguire I did too. I think, like, there's too much criticism on him because of the whole fact that,
all his faces.
That, but it's also not his fault. Like the same thing with Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield's being told to act like that. Same with Peter Parker. People are like, he didn't have enough one-liners. That's not his job to ad-lib. Someone is supposed to tell him, hey, you need to act like this. You need to do this. That's not his fault. He was a great Peter Parker. He was a good Spider-Man. But the director, Sam Raimi, was telling him, hey, you're not the sarcastic Spider-Man. He was telling him how to act. It wasn't like, go be sarcastic Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's just like, no, I'm going to be, I'm going to cry a lot. Still, no one has cried.
Especially in the third one.
Oh, yeah.
The third one was crazy.
That movie was terrible. Sam Raimi did not want a lot of his fans.
Came out dancing.
Still, no one has cried as much as Anakin in the Star Wars movies. Well, the prequels. My gosh, there was so much crying in those movies. Especially the third one when he's supposed to be like, there's like force to be reckoned with. He's turning into the Darth Vader. Yeah. This is the coming of Darth Vader, but nope. He just cries a lot. You brought him here to kill me. You turned her against me. You have done that yourself. Ewan McGregor needs to be a superhero. Well, there needs to be a standalone Obi-Wan movie. I want that. We'll probably talk about Star Wars in a separate podcast, so I don't want to talk too much about that because we could talk all about spin-offs and everything.
Yeah.
He was up for Doctor Strange.
Really good.
He was
that would be good. If they got his hair black, yeah.
And then that's the thing with DC. DC will not have their characters dye their hair. Just look at Flash. No, he's a brunette. They won't make him dye it blonde. Supergirl, new reveal. She's a brunette.
Yeah.
Stephen Amell as Oliver Queen, brunette. It doesn't make any sense because look at Steve Rogers for Marvel. Chris Evans, they have him dye his hair blonde for Captain America. It
Well,
makes
I think Stephen Amell's okay because he barely has any hair.
true.
You can't
Also,
really tell.
I can understand more Stephen Amell because he'd probably look a little weird with blonde hair, especially with that wig.
Yeah.
CW needs help with their wigs. Like the episode with Merlin when he had a wig in the flashback about his wife dying, terrible. Like when Thea even had her wig in the flashback, it didn't look too good. CW is not good with their wigs.
They aren't a budget, okay?
Yeah, seriously, like every season that they go on, I was listening to like a podcast with Stephen Amell. He's talking about how every season that they go on, like their budget gets cut a little bit more because like, hey, you're doing good. You can go with even less money now. Because like season 1 had the biggest budget, and after that, it's like little by little by little. Because like I don't know how because like if you look at season 1, the island CGI was terrible. When they would have those wide shots, like the George Lucas style wide shots of the island, it was terrible. In the episode 2 of Star
They
Wars,
were so proud.
it was terrible. Later on, the CGI didn't look as bad. Arrow just needs to not use so much CGI.
Because they didn't have like a whole space to fill, I guess.
Yeah. Gorilla Grodd CGI was really good in Flash, though.
Yeah,
That-
I thought it was gonna be terrible.
So did I. And then we saw it, was like, oh, he actually looks good. Just like
It looks
Firestorm.
decent for a TV show.
Yeah, Firestorm looked good flying and everything.
Yeah.
So now I have more confidence in Supergirl, especially because Supergirl is going to be on CBS. Because it's weird CW compared to all the other networks. Because all the other networks is like we need like 10 million viewers. CW is like we get 2 million. We're happy. Seriously, Flash got like 4 million. That they're like so excited because
They
Flash
were-
got so many views. But if you compare, like
throwing money.
Constantine was getting like I think like 7-8 million views. Great numbers for CW, but for NBC not so much.
They're happy with what they get, okay?
Yep, Marvel needs to step it up with their shows. Agents of Shield.
Agents of that's terrible.
I
And Agent
I watched
Carter.
like one episode of season 2 of Agents of Shield. Didn't like it because people are like, "Hey, it's better now in season 2." I was like, "Okay, I'll go watch it." Nope. And then Agent Carter.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that's terrible.
I watched an episode of Agent Carter and I was like, this still feel that for some reason like the best way for me to describe the ABC Marvel shows is cardboard. That's like just the word that comes to mind when I'm like, how to describe a show? Cardboard. Like I heard Agent Carter was actually pretty good, but I watched the first episode. I was like, I don't really care. It's better than Agents of Shield,
watched,
that's for
like-
sure.
Yeah, I watched like 2 seconds of it and I was like, I'm good.
Especially, I'm excited for Daredevil though. Daredevil and Luke Cage because they say that's more
Yeah.
for a more mature audience, which is something that Marvel is severely lacking, and so I can't wait
And
for
it
that.
is on Netflix.
Yeah, so that should be really good. It's not done by
So,
ABC.
Yeah.
They just need to stay away
I
from
expect
ABC.
more.
ABC's just not good. It's just because ABC's owned by Disney, so they're like, hey, we'll throw it on there. Nope, don't do it. Gotham, I heard, has been
Like,
pretty
we'll
good.
save this.
I heard Gotham's
Yeah,
been pretty good
it
lately.
has.
I watched like
I
the
barely watched the first season.
I watched
but I
like the
did
first
second a
2
lot.
episodes. I watched the first 2 episodes and it was like so cartoony. Like I watched an episode with like the doll makers henchmen. They were like cartoons. And then I heard
Man,
I watched that whole clip of the Joker though, that one kid that's supposed to be like one of the Jokers.
yeah, he was good.
He was great. Like he was he
Yeah.
did a good combination of Heath Ledger and Mark Hamill. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Especially like
And the Red Hood stuff right now is really good too.
I saw a clip in
Like
that one.
leaving the Red Hood, yeah.
And that
Leaving
Red
his
Hood,
mask everywhere.
I don't know what happened with that. I did, like I said, I've been watching Gotham, but I saw a clip, and the guy playing Red Hood seemed terrible in that clip. I don't know how he was for the
Yeah,
rest of the
I mean-
episode.
The way they've built it up to it is really good. Like every murder or crime they've gone to, there's been a Red Hood. And they always pick it up and it's like a sign of him and then, they finally find him.
Oh, that sounds
And it was
cool.
alright.
How's Fish Mooney been lately? Because when I watched I hated Fish Mooney.
He's getting better,
She,
but I mean she's getting better. But
he's good.
she looks like a man.
Don't tell
well,
Will Smith that.
She's She's getting better, but I mean, I don't like her that much. She's okay though,
Penguin was cool. I just hate Penguin's hair. Penguin's like design is stupid. The guy who
and
plays
he's
him was
not
good.
fat.
That's because it's the origin. Also, I'm glad this isn't connected to like the movie universe, because otherwise every Batman villain would be like 20, well, would be like 10 years older than him.
Yeah, no.
I don't get what the point of a young Poison Ivy is. Young Catwoman makes sense. Young Poison Ivy, it's just stupid.
Yeah,
Then like
the
everyone else is
origin
so
of the
much older than
penguin.
him. The origin you always wanted to
He eats
know.
food. He
Involving
eats food
fish.
and gets
man.
fat.
Oh, maybe it'll lead into the Danny DeVito Penguin where he just eats people's faces. Penguin was creepy and weird.
I know.
I remember seeing that because I was like, I like the first Batman film. I was like, yeah, it's
I
cool.
didn't understand it.
And then when I watched the second one, like Batman murdered Catwoman a bunch of times, and then she came back to life. Danny DeVito was eating people's faces. That was just a weird movie. I guess we should like start talking about Joker and Batman. So that was supposed to be the main
Yeah.
topic. Now, what's really interesting about them that separates them from like everyone else is Joker is truly better than Batman. Because if you look at Superman, Lex Luthor, Flash, and Captain Cold, they are better than their arch nemesis. But if you look at Batman and Joker, Joker's better than Batman. What I mean by that is Joker has beaten Batman so many times and could have killed him, but chose not to because he wants to do it his specific way. In certain variations, he wants to make a better Batman. He believes by testing him, he's making a better Batman. Because we've seen he could have done what he did to Jason Todd to Batman. Like, because what brought this up was I was rereading Batman R.I.P. for a review, and I was like, you know, this reminds me that this has happened so many times with Batman, because in that Joker drugs Batman, then like the Black Glove buries him under like only like a foot of dirt, not very much, and it's like Joker could have easily killed Batman, and this isn't the first time it's happened. There's been so many other times like Death of the Family, and it's just so many times Joker could have killed Batman, because in Death of the Family, there's this one part where he has Batman just like tied up on a bridge. He could have easily put a bullet in his head. He could have taken like a knife and stabbed him. It's very, very different, because if you look at Superman and Lex Luthor, like pretty much every hero on the arch nemesis, the arch nemesis has had an opportunity to kill them, but majority of the time it's like the hero's better. Not with Batman and Joker, which I thought was really interesting.
And that's why he's my favorite hero, is that he doesn't kill. You know, it's something different. And the reason he doesn't, you know, because his parents, and you know, he swore, and
Yeah,
it's cool to see like how he overcomes like not killing him after all the things he does.
My
It just
problem
makes him,
is, like, I just talked to someone in the comments of video about this, how he has the excuse sometimes about, well, if I kill someone, you know, that's a slippery slope. I could start killing everyone else. Like, do you lack that much self-control that you can't kill one guy? Look at Superman, look at Wonder Woman. They've killed people. They're not going on murder sprees as far as we know. But Batman, he
But
kills
then
one person. Don't watch out. Batman kills one person,
If
he's
he
gonna
did-
kill everyone.
if he did kill Joker, the only problem would be, yeah, you know, he wouldn't be Batman as much.
I
He would
understand
still
why
be
he doesn't
Batman a
kill.
lot.
It makes sense, but Batman,
Yeah.
Joker needs to be dealt with. I understand why Batman doesn't kill 100%, but
I guess
the
'cause
justice system.
He doesn't want.
What were you
He
saying?
doesn't want like his You know how he felt as going through it, losing a family member. I'm guessing, you know, he doesn't want, say like if Harley, if he killed Joker,
That's
Harley
not
would go
why.
crazy.
It's because
Yeah, but
it's a
I mean-
rule. Harley's already crazy.
Yeah, I know, but if he did, then she'd become even crazier without him.
Well,
She's going on rampages, sort
That's
of
what
like
we're
in
gonna
Arkham Knight.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna see in Arkham Knight. But to me, the justice system has failed so many times in Gotham because he hasn't
Yeah.
gotten the death penalty. He got the death penalty once in like the 40s, because I have like it's like a Golden Age or like Silver Age comic, to where he got the death penalty on purpose. He got in the electric chair, died, and then he had his men come in and inject him with a serum that brought him back to life. So he went around as a free man because he served a sentence. So he was able to go around, and then he like tried to steal stuff from Bruce Wayne And yeah, that ended that. He went straight back to prison. But it's like, this isn't the 40s anymore. Send him back to the electric chair, make sure no one can get to his body, cremate him. Because seriously, how many times can you plead insanity? Like, oh no, I'm insane, I can't be accountable for my actions. You've killed so many people. But nope, send him back to Arkham.
I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from, but that is his one thing that makes him really interesting.
Yeah, but Batman.
Why doesn't he choose to do that?
Yeah, but
that's
Batman. Yeah, I understand why Batman himself doesn't kill him, but Batman needs to take him to Texas or something, get the death penalty, and then just leave him there and be like, bye. Or heck, have Wonder Woman do it. I'm sure he could take Joker to Themyscira, and they would set up a whole judge thing, judge him, be like, you killed this many people, even though it's not their job. Wonder Woman could pull some strings, and then bam, Joker's dead because of the Themyscira justice system. Take him to anyone. Go to Man of Steel universe. Have Superman snap his neck. Whatever it is,
You could Batman could act like he died. Fake to death and put Joker card on the ground, and Superman would come and he'd think it was Joker, and then he'd go kill Joker, and Batman would still be alive. It's just Superman who did it the whole time. It's like, you killed him.
I hate it. Have you read Joker's Last Laugh?
Yeah.
Oh, right. In that, when Joker dies because Nightwing beats the living crap out of him, Batman comes in and resuscitates him. It's like, why, Batman? Why would you do that? I understand the whole thing of trying to save Dick Grayson's innocence because, it's his first kill. Dick Grayson's going to be a little shaken up after that, but I have a feeling after maybe a week, he would get over it because he did kill a murderer. But Batman's like, nope, need to resuscitate Joker. It's like, why? Why would you do that?
He just died. Wait, let me save him.
It was cool too because Nightwing just beat the living crap out of him, just on top of beating him. He's like, no, I killed him. Batman comes and is like, I'll save him. I know mouth to mouth.
I know CPR.
And then he literally did it and brought Joker back.
Get me some water.
It's like, hold on, we need to save his life.
Quick, he's gonna die.
It was so bad.
It's like in Bane and Arkham Origins. I gotta hurry.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna come back and choke me.
Yeah, I love how he doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want Bane to die. But in Arkham games, you can take a car door and smash it on someone's throat. You can hang them upside down by their ankle off of a gargoyle. That won't kill him because Mikhail says it's unconscious. I'm telling you, Alfred just sets it to say unconscious. Alfred goes and mexes with Detective Vince, say unconscious. So Batman's just murdering everyone. It's like, ha, I knocked them all out. Alfred sends up a cleanup crew for all the dead people.
I'm coming.
He has to hide all this stuff from Batman. Batman's just like a child. Oh, wham!
Alright, Master Bruce. Good job knocking them out today. Yeah. And they're all dead. And
their heads are on backwards. Skull split. It's good job.
Their bodies are in half. And
good thing you used that 60mm cannon on your Batmobile. Otherwise, these guys might be dead.
Batman. It's a lethal suppressor.
Yeah, non-lethal suppressor. You see the I think it's Outside Xbox did it. They did a video of 5 times Batman has murdered people in the Arkham games. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I saw that.
When they show in Arkham Knight when he takes a guy's head, shoves it into an electrical socket, he punches that one guy up in the air, and then a concussion grenade comes and just smacks him straight in the head. However, non-lethal, that's like a football. Football's non-lethal, but if you uppercut someone 10 feet in the air and then throw a football at their head, it's not going to be too pretty. Just take a Nerf football, uppercut someone 10 feet in the air, and then throw a Nerf football at their head. Normally, it's non-lethal, but I think they're going to have some serious brain damage after that.
Alfred drugged him and switched out his gadgets with katanas and knives and stuff, and every time he takes a gadget out and throws it, chops someone's head off.
Throws a couple. How do you take a whole katana?
He's like, justice.
Justice will be served. How do you,
It's like flying.
how do you think? I'd love to see Batman just throwing katanas at guys. It's like these are the skills I learned in the mountains. Wham!
You only have seconds to run.
Yeah, I'll give you 5 seconds to get out of dodge. Go. See this guy running, then Batman just throws like 5 katanas at him. Oh God, no, Batman!
He like pulls out a gun and shoots his leg. He's like, keep crawling.
See, Robin, that's
He's like-
justice.
He was like, Alfred, I thought that was a flashbang.
A flashbang. Batman now carries around flashbangs. But yeah. Just like the smoke. I love how the smoke works in the Arkham games because you just throw a smoke grenade down and it's like everyone's like, oh no, where'd he go? You throw it down in multiplayer, everyone's just like, you know what? Keep firing to the same spot and you're dead. It doesn't work.
I swear it came from over there.
Yeah, throw batteries.
I remember that in the first one. The first one in there was, they did that all the time in Asylum. I swear it came from over there.
I don't know how we started talking about the Arkham games. Asylum. Well, I loved the fact that they had the booby trap gargoyles because that made you think on your feet like mid game.
Yeah.
Because like up until then, it's like this is easy, one gargoyle to the next, and then they just took that off, and I was like, what am I gonna do? It's like playing with Joker in the challenge maps was hard because he couldn't be moving with the tech division on. He couldn't go on gargoyles. And he could shoot people. That was the one thing he could do. He had like 2 bullets. So
But I only had 1 bullet. Yeah.
Yeah, you had
Or
like
10 or 1.
You had 2 bullets, but it was only 1 shot at a time.
Okay. Yeah.
So you had like 2 automatic people as long as your aim wasn't completely terrible.
Yeah. I would not expect them to do that. Because of how big Asylum and the Arkham games are now, but I didn't think thought it was going to do that good, so they just threw in Joker to like get more people like, oh, I'm plays Joker.
Yeah, but it was a PlayStation exclusive for like the Game of the Year edition or something. Well, no, it came out like DLC, I think, and then Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, it came out.
Except it was like only PS3, but then the Mac version came with it, and then through the Mac version you could take the files from there and put them on PC, and you can mod it so you play as Joker. And so
And now
Xbox
with
was
the
the only one that
Scarecrow
couldn't do it.
thing.
Yeah, I hate Sony having
No.
all the friggin' exclusives. Give PC some love. Even though like the Azrael challenge maps, well, not Azrael. Yeah, the Azrael challenge maps were able to take to Origins through like a mod. Mr. Jack was able to do that, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and the skins.
Yeah, well, for multiplayer, not able for single player, so that kind of sucked. But
Yeah,
it was still
I
cool.
don't understand that.
I don't know, man. Modding is confusing.
Yeah.
But
Exactly why I don't do it.
So I'm happy about, because like people are like, is Harley gonna be free roam? Is Red Hood gonna be free roam? I was like, I don't know. Well, I think Red Hood's gonna be free roam because he doesn't come with his own challenge maps, where Harley does. If you look at the past, Catwoman did not come with any challenge maps. She was free roam. Nightwing did come with challenge maps. He wasn't free roam. But it doesn't really matter to me because Mr. Jag told me that's the first thing he's gonna be doing when Arkham Knight comes out. He's like, I'm gonna make those characters free roam if they're not. So it doesn't really matter to me. But if people are on console, it kind of sucks for them.
Just like have Harley hop in the Batmobile
Yeah.
and go to the Batcave.
Go to the Batcave, like kill
be awesome.
everyone in Arkham Manor. So Alan,
So
what?
do you think Harley Quinn is gonna be like Catwoman or is Red Hood?
She's gonna like, what do you mean, playstyle?
Yeah, you remember how the opening scene, if you had the Catwoman DLC, was Catwoman, and then it
Oh.
kept going on and on and on.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be a part of the story like that. I think she's gonna have a separate story. I don't think it's gonna be like how Catwoman's was interwoven with Batman's. I don't think Harley's is
Yeah.
gonna be like that. I don't think Red Hood is gonna be like that. Harley's maybe, but I doubt it. I think it's just gonna be separate. It's like, hey, here you can go and play Harley's DLC. Here you go, and that's what I think's
Yeah,
gonna
I think-
happen.
I think we'll have Red Hood as free roam, but I don't know about Harley because I don't know how she's gonna work. In the big Gotham.
Yeah,
How's she
yeah.
gonna get around?
She's an ice cream truck, man. Or somersaults. Lots and lots of somersaults. See, huh?
Just
That's like
doing backflips up a building.
Dun, 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 dun. See Harley going around. Batman's like, what is going on?
He could like shoot her with the suppressor and just
Oh yeah.
going up Wayne Tower.
I love the invisible walls in the Arkham games, and when you can get past them, because you have the very like they won't let you kick guys off of ledges. But once, like, I had this weird glitch to where I jumped down, and you know how like you'll scare some guys. Well, I jumped down, guy ran completely the other way and jumped over the ledge into the lake. It was at where the Grayson poster is, over in Arkham City. Right there.
Yeah.
I went over, I scared one guy so bad he ran off and jumped over into the lake. It's like, well, he's drowning. It's like in Arkham Asylum how you can knock those guys into the big pools.
Yeah.
It's like, Bruce Wayne had to have funded that. Mr. Wayne, why do you want swimming pools in Arkham Asylum? No reason. I just thought it'd be a nice view for the inmates. But if you knock it on...
He's like, but...
If you beat a guy's
like,
skull in and then throw him in a pool, I think he's going to drown.
He's like, in my head, Alfred's like, that's not a pool. That's a mattress where they can land safely, Bruce. He's like, justice. There's like sharks in there.
Yeah, splash. Nom nom. That's a lousy, that's a noisy mattress.
He's like, Alfred, you are killing it this year.
Wink. That's like all the time I think we're gonna have for today. Where can people follow you? On Twitter or wherever?
They can follow me at... Give me a second.
You forgot the name of your Twitter handle, didn't you?
Yes.
Well,
they can find me...
Okay, where
at? They can find me at... the True... F-R-I-E.
True F-R-I-E. Okay, the True Fry. So you guys can follow the True Fry if you're interested in following him on Twitter. I'm _RCBG on Twitter. And my YouTube channel, The Real Comic Book Gamer, if you guys are listening to this on iTunes or Podbean. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. This was our first podcast, so may have been a little rough. I know we were all over the place as far as topics, talking about literally everything. But this is our first podcast, so we'll get the hang of it eventually. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it.